boy, Hennythemoor, reporting live from the liquor store. How's everybody doing today, man? So, hey, it's Friday, man. The liquor store couldn't stay closed for too long, man. We got things to do. Hold on, I had my own shit playing in the background. Lord forgive me. Oops. I hope I can get monetized now because I think I cussed in the first 7 seconds. Either way, it doesn't matter. What's good with y'all, though, man? It's your boy, Hennythemoor, reporting live from the liquor store. And y'all know we couldn't stay away from y'all too long. Got to serve your needs. It's Friday. I know y'all trying to get drunk and nefarious. Got to turn up, get drunk off this content together. So, I had to open the doors back up, man. So, hey, we in here and we rocking. And, hey, man, I need y'all on the way into the liquor store. I need y'all to do a couple things for me, man. I need y'all to hit that like button. I need y'all to hit that share button. And, I also need you to go ahead and slap an Eagles fan, man. You slap the mess off the Eagles fan, man, you will receive half off all the merchandise inside the liquor store. So, if you're trying to get a discount on that cow burrito, if you're trying to get a discount, on those Eagles tiers, man, you know what to do to get it. Also, we're still running the raffle for Dallas Cowboy tickets to go to the home game to see them destroy the Philadelphia Eagles. However, there's a wrinkle now. We have officially been monetized on this platform. So HTM Sports is officially monetized by YouTube. They finally accepted it. So, we are all able to send super chats. We're all able to send super stickers. All those options are open to enter raffles now. So to enter the raffle, all you got to do is either Cash App $10 to $Hennythemoor, or you can super chat $10 or send $10 through a super sticker. All that stuff will be tallied up, and the winner will be announced on August the 1st. There will actually be 3 of them. My boy said he need a mod. Okay, I'm gonna make you a mod for the show over with, man. So yeah, so there's actually gonna be 3 winners. First place is gonna get the ticket, with a seat attached to it. Second place is gonna get a ticket, for standing room. And what was the thing I'll think about? Oh yeah, third place winner is gonna get a PlayStation or a Dallas Cowboys jersey of the winner choice. Does not really matter, it's whatever y'all want to do. So now that that's said and is out of the way, man, we're gonna talk about a couple different things today, man. There has been some turnover, some different things, that didn't happen over the course of the offseason. People have done lost their jobs. Folks are getting praised. Folks are getting talked bad about. There's a couple of different things, man. It's fear and loathing during the offseason, right? We got fear of the unknown. We got loathing because the football season ain't going on. So we're going to talk about everything. Yo, what's up with you, Edda? I appreciate you for the support and the love. You said definitely going to say you need a mod for sure. Okay, yeah. So yeah, matter of fact, while I'm thinking about it, because hey Jay, if I don't do it now, I ain't gonna remember. So there you go. You are now a standard mod on HTM Sports. Congratulations. There you go. All right, but yeah, man. So let's jump right into the content. So let's see where we should start. So I'm just going to start with this because we talked about the Texas coast, whatever you want to call it, till we were blue in the face, right? We done talked about everything we could possibly talk about. We done talked about the possible concepts. We done talked about what the marriage is going to look like between the philosophies of the digit system with the West Coast, of Mike McCarthy's version of the West Coast, of Brian Schottenheimer's run game and the play action passes. We didn't talk about all that. But, one thing to remember, the most important thing to remember, is Mike McCarthy is finally going to get to do it his way, right? He said, this is our first year playing how we want to play, right? They have let Mike McCarthy free of those shackles, and Mike McCarthy was shackled down by an offensive coordinator named Kellen Moore. Let's just be honest with it. Mike McCarthy did not want Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore was already in place. In order for Mike McCarthy to get the job, he had to accept Kellen Moore onto his coaching staff. It's documented. They did not agree about offensive philosophies. They did not agree about how to do things. And, Kellen Moore did not really want to run the ball. Mike McCarthy wanted to make it an emphasis to shorten the game, control the game, get better clock management. We know about them button heads and doing this and doing that. My boy said, Henny, which sounds better, the Tex Coast or the Third Coast? Really, they both sound good, but when you say Third Coast, a lot of folks think about Houston. You know, a lot of folks think about Houston when you say the Third Coast. You know how they popularized that back in the day with the screw tapes and everything like that. So Third Coast's hard, but you know a lot of folks, you know, think about Third Coast and think about Houston, and you know the Houston Texans ain't got nothing good going on over there. Yo, hey, shout out to my brother Sugar Daddy Williams for the $5 super chat. He said, congrats, bro, much deserved. And also shout out to my boy Justin Kitchen for the donation that actually got you another entry for the Dallas Cowboys tickets. So let me go ahead and update you while I'm thinking about it. Okay, boom. So Justin, this is your first one for the tickets. So salute to you. And Sugar Daddy, you're 5 away from being able to get an entry in. So salute to you as well. If y'all want to be like them, you know, all these options are open to you. So salute to y'all and thank y'all for the support, man. Real talk. Let's see. Yeah, man. So, you know, yeah, Tex Coast it is then. Yeah, because, you know, I don't want to be associated with Houston, you know, in the football space, right? You know, Houston is dope. Great culture, great car scene, great nightlife, you know, great music. But they are not dope when it comes to NFL football. I don't want them to confuse anything that we got going on with the Houston Texans. So I don't really want to think about Third Coast. We're gonna call it the Tex Coast or whatever the hell else name that Dak Prescott come up with. Yo, Jeremiah, what's up with you, man? Thank you for tapping in. Chris, my boy, hey, that's my boy Night Owl Cowboy, man. Salute to you. You're always sharing everything, always supporting the platforms and showing love, man. We really appreciate you. Hey, Miss Regina Green, I appreciate you as well. You were one of my first supporters, actually. You know, you one of the first few people that ever shared the content and did things like that. So we really appreciate you for helping the growth of HTM Sports. So salute to you, and salute to everybody that been here from day one, man. Like this is an overall celebration. Like this is my first solo show, you know, since we were able to get monetized, and I'm really elated, man. Like this is a great feeling knowing that all this hard work is paid off, and you know we're gonna keep bringing y'all this quality Cowboys content, and we're gonna keep getting drunk on these boys, man. Yeah, you too, Joe. You know you should stay out here showing love, man. You know what it is. I don't want to single without a single person now, but you know a lot of y'all have been here from day one, showing love and supporting, man, and I really appreciate all y'all for that. Real talk. But you know, just in terms of what they want to do. Hey, thank you, David. I appreciate you, my brother. Real talk. Yeah, JJ, I remember that, man. Yeah, you've been here for a long time. A lot of y'all been here, man, when I was on here basically talking to myself. So, you know, I do appreciate y'all. Y'all seen the growth. Y'all definitely have seen the growth. But, you know, at the end of the day, whether they, you know, implement whatever they implement, right? Because, you know, it's going to be a gumbo. There's no telling what they're going to actually run. They could be taking this concept from this scheme, this concept from this scheme, this language from this scheme. We don't really know. But regardless of what they're going to do, Mike McCarthy is going to be the guy running the ship. So, you know, listen, the lights going to be firmly placed on Mike McCarthy. If we succeed, they're going to give him they finally go give him his credit for being a play caller and orchestrating a top offense. If we fail, they're going to crucify him. So, you know, Mike McCarthy, you know, he really got an opportunity that Jason Garrett didn't even get. Mike McCarthy has been gifted the opportunity to go out on his own sword. So sink or swim, you know, it's going to be what it is. It's going to all come back to the feet of Mike McCarthy. So, you know, offensive. Okay, bet. So that got you a full entry for a ticket, Sugar Daddy. So, booyah, Sugar Daddy, one entry. So, salute to you, man. So, Sugar Daddy has got you a full entry in there for the raffle. So, I appreciate you for the support, my guy. Let's see. So, hey, Bruce with the toxic shoes sliding back around, man. Stephen Harrison, I see you. So, man, yeah, but listen, I trust Mike McCarthy. One of the reasons that I feel so comfortable going into the new season is because we have an offensive play caller who has some merit, who has a good resume under his belt. He orchestrated, an offense that was top 10 for a decade. Green Bay was a top 10 offense for a decade straight when he was the offensive coordinator. He won a Super Bowl as a play caller. Even more impressive, they were a wild card team, right? They were a wild card team that played not a single game in Green Bay during the course of the playoffs, and they were able to make it happen. They were able to get over the hump and go to the Super Bowl, beat Big Ben and the Steelers, and solidify themselves in history. So Mike McCarthy, man, like, he is a guy that brings a certain pedigree and a certain trust to the play calling position. So I'm elated. So I'm happy that Big Mike gets to do it his way. Hey, Matt said he's sick, but hey, he sent his congratulations. I appreciate you anyway, Matt. You always been showing love and supporting, man. So Matt, I know you're out there. I appreciate you. Thank you for the support. If Mike go out, I think Dak will. Yeah, won a Super Bowl right in our building. Like, you are right. It happened in Dallas. So, we all should know that Mike McCarthy can get the job done, because most of us seen it. Like, he wanted, and people be talking about Sean Payton. Mike McCarthy won his Super Bowl more recently than Sean Payton won his. Mike McCarthy won his Super Bowl more recently than Sean Payton won his Super Bowl. So, if the game has passed Mike McCarthy by, like some people were saying, it definitely has passed Sean Payton by. And we're just talking about end results. Yo, Michael H., what's up with you, man? Let's see. My boy said, Mike go out, I think Dak will follow him where he goes. It really going to depend on how well Dak Prescott plays. If Dak Prescott puts up MVP numbers, hell yeah. Because listen, Dak only got this year and next year under contract, if they don't get an extension done with him. So, if Mike McCarthy can elevate Dak Prescott to an MVP or an All-Pro, and people try to force him out of Dallas, I wouldn't be surprised if that would upset Dak Prescott. Right? I wouldn't be surprised if that upset Dak Prescott. I'm expecting great things from Dak this year. You think about the offensive systems. Think about the foundation that's in place. And Brian Schottenheimer was able to get Russell Wilson to throw 40 touchdowns in his play action scheme, right? In his scheme in Seattle, Russell Wilson was able to throw 40 touchdowns. That was his career best. We already know how well that Aaron Rodgers played, when utilizing the concepts that Mike McCarthy was running in Green Bay, especially in the earlier part of their relationship. So we know for a fact, that we got some good stuff to work with. And even think about the stuff left in place from Kellen Moore. I never like to give him any love. I never like to give him any credit. But the digit system that he left in place, if you take out the option routes, the digit system is easy to understand. It allows you to be, a little fluid with how you go after the defenses. It allows you a lot of leeway to alter how you want to attack them on the fly. So, there's even some good things left over from that they want to incorporate into what they want to do. So, confidence level on Mike McCarthy. Confidence level on Mike McCarthy in the new offense. I need to see it on a scale of 1 to 10. Put it in the chat box. How confident are you in Big Mike, calling plays and this new offensive system that we're going to see? I want to know. I'm at a 10. I'm just going to tell you straight up. I'm super confident. I'm supremely confident. But what about y'all, man? I'm at a 10. How do y'all feel? JJ the Mind said a 9. Okay. Hey, that's great. That's still an A. You checked every box correctly just about. So a 9 is perfect. My boy Double R said a 10. He said, I have this certain feeling about the boys this year. This is the year, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, Justin Kitchen, I feel that, man. Definitely a 10. Raymond Silas said a 10. So yeah, we rocking, man. Yeah, I definitely feel confident in what we got in store for us, going on for the course of the season. Miss Regina Green said a 10. I feel that. I'll be that Kellen will eventually add some more plays to his playbook. If he can, we need context there. I was there. Russell Wilson was successful long before Shorty got there. That team and offense had turnover several times before Shotty, which is true. But, if we're just talking about raw offensive output, and we're just talking about raw passing numbers, Russell Wilson, you can make the argument, had his best offensive year with Brian Schottenheimer. I do know that there was a lot of personnel and guys already there before Shotty got there. But, if you want to give him credit for anything, the best year statistically for Russell Wilson in touchdown passes did come with the Schottenheimer system. So, you're right. Context does matter. There were certain things behind the scenes and personnel wise that was already in place. It's not like Schottenheimer had to come in and put the team together. But he did use his scheme, to get a lot out of a team I didn't think had a lot of offensive firepower. Oh, yeah. Listen, Russell Wilson had won a Super Bowl before he got there. Russell Wilson had won a Super Bowl, made multiple Pro Bowl selections. Yeah, Russell Wilson was already a made man before Brian got there. I don't want to rewrite history at all. So yeah, Russell Wilson was already him, but he did, help Russell Wilson have a good year. So yeah, we're not going to say that Brian made Russ. We ain't going to do that now. Mike McCarthy should have been done, put his stamp on this team. Hey, it's all about situation and it's all about timing. When Big Mike McCarthy first came here, they thought he was going to be a placeholder, right? In the eyes of the front office, they probably viewed Mike McCarthy as a guy, to come in, call plays to come in, coach for a couple years, and then they were going to probably try to hand the team over to Kellen Moore if he didn't get the job done. Well, Mike McCarthy was so good at his job, he was able to get Kellen Moore whacked. Like the hit was playing for Mike McCarthy. And he had that reverse Uno card on deck. So, the hit was for him. But, he ended up getting Kellen Moore sent out to pasture. Kellen Moore sleep with the fishes. He had to have that sit down with Jerry Jones. But, with tears in his eyes, he went ahead and got that boy clipped. So, we all know what ended up happening. So, I don't think the table was actually set for him to do what he wanted to do coming in through the door. I think he had to earn the trust of Jerry Jones and them. Because you got to think about it. Jerry Jones and those guys have a reputation of being middling, of having their hands all over the day-to-day affairs of the team, where mostly the coach and his staff will handle that. Like, think about it. It was their call to have Kellen Moore on the staff. He was here. Listen, how everybody else lose their job, but this man cool. He chilling. He chilling while Jason Garrett got to go to New York. And, that never set well with me. Yeah, he said the last time he had a real coach him up, John Kitna, he went for almost 5,000 yards and had 30 touchdowns. Yeah, and if you count the rushing touchdowns he ended that season with 33 touchdowns. So Dak Prescott had a very impressive season with Kitna as his quarterback coach. I agree with that, Joe. It's all about them just doing their jobs. They are the GMs. You manage the team, but you don't coach the team up. You shouldn't make the decisions about who play. You shouldn't make the decisions about who on this man's staff. That's what you brought him in for. Like, listen, I know Jerry Jones is already a Hall of Fame guy, right? I know. Hey, what's up with you, Michael? I see you, my boy. Thank you for tapping in and showing love, man. I see you with the volcanoes going crazy, my brother. Q-Ball says 66. What you saying 66 to, man? That's your confidence level in Mike McCarthy? Yeah, he'll at least get second team all pro with the weapons he got around him. And this is something that I pointed out when I was on the show with Landlord earlier. People be thinking that Dak Prescott had this big litany of weapons these last couple of years. Did you know that Dak, CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, and Michael Gallup only played 12 games together? There was only 12 games in a 2-year period where all 4 of those guys played together in the same game. Because as we know, Dak Prescott got injured in 2020. He only played 5 games, really 4.5 games if you want to count the Giants game, because he got injured during the 5th game of the season. And then Michael Gallup only played 9 games in 2021. Amari Cooper missed time with the vaccination issue. CeeDee Lamb had a head injury. He missed some time in the 2021 season. So all those overlapping guys missing time. The big 4 that we have only played 12 games together over a 2-year period. So not even half the games. It was a 17 game. It was 17 game seasons. So what? There were 34 games. There was 34 games to 33 games. They could have all played in together, and they only played 12 together. So Dak didn't really have all these weapons that people were talking about. Yeah, so because of the injuries, they kept missing each other. You remember Thanksgiving. The Thanksgiving game, Cedric Wilson and Michael Gallup were your 2 starting receivers. See, Amari Cooper didn't play. Michael Gallup didn't play. Cause you remember, and then the game before that, Amari Cooper missed, and CeeDee Lamb and Michael Gallup were your 2 primary wide receivers before CeeDee Lamb got hurt in the Kansas City game, like right before right before halftime. So there have been a lot of times that Dak Prescott didn't play with these guys, right? He didn't have these offensive weapons. I think people played a little bit too much Madden and forgot that Cedric Wilson was your number 3 for majority of the 2021 season, right? So come on, Henny. Dak had all his weapons minus Gallup for the 49ers game. You talk about in 2021. Well, that's still his big 3. His big 3. I said those 3 guys on those 4 guys only got 12 games in together. And you said Michael Gallup, when healthy, was not an 1,100-yard receiver. So we're not gonna sit here and act like not having Michael Gallup was not a big deal. Especially if you remember in the 49ers game, Dak Prescott's best throw of the night. Cedric Wilson got tripped up, but Cedric Wilson did get behind the defense. The throw was on the money, and he failed before he could catch the ball. Right on that 4th and long to keep the game alive before we had to do that extra stuff the series after that. So Michael Gallup would have made a world of difference. Michael Gallup would have made a world of difference. My fingers been drinking. Hey, it be like that sometimes, man. And then we're not even gonna talk about offensive personnel last year. You know what I'm saying? He did not play his best game last year against the 49ers at all. I would not excuse it. But he went into battle with Noah Brown, T.Y. Hilton, who was just fresh off the couch a couple weeks ago. And only viable option he really had the last 49ers game was CeeDee Lamb. So you missed your 3rd best wide receiver, in the first 49ers game. You really only had 1 good wide receiver this last 49ers game. So I'm not really going to alleviate the blame from Dak Prescott because he did struggle. He did not play a clean game at all. But just the overall thought process that he had his full arsenal of weapons. You know what I mean? Just because he didn't have his full arsenal of weapons, I want to give him not all the grace in the world, but we're gonna just step back and just put everything into proper context. Chill Bill, what's up with you, man? Thank you for tapping in and showing love to the liquor store. I do appreciate you for tapping in and showing love, man. And as you know, man, it's a celebration. Nana said, what is your honest expectation for Dak this upcoming season? This upcoming season, I expect Dak Prescott to have a season similar to the 2021 season. without the quote unquote slump, right? Because in 2021, Dak Prescott threw 37 touchdowns to only 10 interceptions. Because I expect him to have better offensive, to have close to the same kind of offensive weapons. Excuse me, this year with the arrival of Brandon Cook, Michael Gallup being healthy, CD Lamb emerging as an All-Pro, and then somebody else, stepping up, probably Jalen Tolbert, if I have to guess. I can expect him to have similar numbers to that year. So I'm expecting anywhere between 35 and 40 passing touchdowns, anywhere between 7 and 10 interceptions, about 4,800 yards passing, and I expect the Cowboys to win about 13 to 14 games. Because when Dak Prescott has weapons, right? Dak Prescott set the NFL, he set the franchise record for passing touchdowns without having Michael Gallup for most of the season. He was throwing to Cedric Wilson, and Cedric Wilson took up most of what Michael Gallup did, and then Noah Brown filled in here and there. And we also had Malik Turner. So even with the absence of Michael Gallup, Dak Prescott still threw for over 4,400 yards, still threw for 37 touchdowns. Only threw for 10 interceptions. Was like top 4 in completion percentage. Was top 4 in QBR, passer rating, all those advanced metrics. He was killing the game. So that's the version of Dak Prescott I expect to see. Yo, Big Benny Rich, what's up with you, man? Thank you for tapping in. Yeah, man. So that's what I expect from Dak Prescott. And I'm not asking a lot because I already seen the production from him. I've seen that production before from Dak Prescott. Now we'll have a better offense, that does a lot more no nonsense things. It said, what about your expectations in the playoffs? Because that's where it counts. Listen, I think the Dallas Cowboys can win games even if Dak Prescott does not play like Dak Prescott, right? Because we've seen, I keep bringing up Jimmy Garoppolo because it's low-hanging fruit. We all know he doesn't do anything in the playoffs, but he keeps winning games. One passing touchdowns to 3 interceptions in the 5 postseason wins that he has. He has 5 postseason wins, only 1 passing touchdown, 3 interceptions. Teams find ways to win all the time without their quarterback playing up to par. But I'm gonna put this out there for you. Dak Prescott in the postseason, has very good numbers overall. He only has an issue when he plays the San Francisco 49ers. I think I have the numbers still right here in front of me, so let me get it pulled up. I like keeping track. Damn Dizzle, what's up with you, man? I appreciate that. And damn Dizzle, you put this in your pocket. You just got an entry to win a Dallas Cowboy ticket, and we're giving out a ticket with a seat to go see the Dallas Cowboys destroy the Philadelphia Eagles. So, damn Dizzle, you just got you a chance to win that ticket. So I appreciate you for showing love and supporting the channel, man. So you see, hey, we incentivize y'all donating and showing love over here, man. Every time y'all send 10, we're gonna enter you for a chance to win a ticket, man. So and this is gonna be the biggest raffle I ever did because I'm giving away 2 tickets and I'm also gonna give away a PlayStation or a jersey. So I like doing this. It makes me feel good to do it like this. I don't feel like I got my hand out. I feel like I'm helping give back to the community. You know what I'm talking about? Said like this here. If you owe me $1,000, if you only give me $600, I'll be more confident in loaning you money than if you don't pay me any. I feel that. But here, Dak Prescott's overall production, when it comes to the postseason. Yo, what's up with you, Dwayne Brown? Thank you for tapping in and showing love to the liquor store, my man. I appreciate you. Oh, where's my stats at? I just had it. I know good and well I didn't do all that work and can't find my stuff. I hope I didn't delete this shit. Oh, here it go. I found it. Hey, shout out to JJ the Mind, man, for the $20 donation. And also shout out, hold on. Let me go back and look through here because I gotta make sure that I enter this stuff while I can. Oh damn! Dizzle said if he wins, he'll give it to someone. He a season ticket holder. That is so dope. Salute to you, man. I'm gonna get there one day. So Big Dow 8604. I appreciate you. So that got you an entry. So Big Dow, that got you an entry. So salute to you. JJ the Mine, they got you 2 entries. So salute to you, man. It said I'm gonna need a jersey or a game ticket, cuz. Hey, Chill Bill. All you need to do to get the ticket to do that is send $10 either through the Cash App or send $10 through the Super Chat or super sticker, and I will get y'all taken care of. I said, and don't even sweat it, because we're gonna run this raffle until August the 1st. We know that the season don't start till September, so that give me time to get everybody entries in, and then we can go and get the stuff sent to y'all. But yeah, what was my train of thought? Where did my train of thought go? Let me see. Oh yeah. I remember what we were talking about. So yeah, so let's take a look at some more stuff from the off season, because we all feel confident in Mike McCarthy right now. But what I don't feel confident about is Cap Boy. I want y'all to look at this. Shout out to Albert Breer. He's been better in his reporting. But right now, the Dallas Cowboys are 7th in the entire NFL in open cap space. The Dallas Cowboys have $20 million in cap space. That's more than the Bengals, Eagles, Steelers, Browns, Packers, and Texans. So they can theoretically, the Dallas Cowboys can go ahead and give somebody an extension right now. They can 9 times out of 10 give Trayvon Diggs the extension because he ain't got no time left. Next year he'll be an unrestricted free agent, and you either have to get the deal done then or put a franchise tag on him. But even if they don't want to get the extension done, right? Even if they don't want to do that, you need a kicker. You need a proven kicker at this point, and kickers don't make a lot of money. I've been beating the table for the Dallas Cowboys to go out there and sign Robbie Gould for 45 years at this point. I have been waiting for the Dallas Cowboys to go and sign Robbie Gould, immediately, because he's out there, he's still kicking. He still has not missed a kick in the postseason. So I definitely need the Dallas Cowboys to do something. They're talking very highly about Vizcaino, but man, I don't want no unproven kicker. Say, Henny, you need to make you a checklist on your subjects. I probably do. I have so much I want to talk about, and then I get to respond into the chat box, man. Like I easily, get distracted. So you're probably right. You're probably right. I probably need an itinerary when I jump on this live. But I definitely do think the Dallas Cowboys should spend some of that money to better the team, and realistically, they could probably do both. They could probably get an extension done with Trayvon Diggs right now and still have enough money to sign Robbie Gould, right? Because it's going to be an extension. The actual money for Trayvon Diggs is not going to kick into the following year. So if you give Trayvon Diggs an extension during the course of the 2023 season, that money is not going to affect the cap or anything until the 2024 season. They'll give him a signing bonus that will not affect the salary cap, right? So he gets some money. He'll get a little bit of money up front when he signs. Then it's going to kick. The new contract will kick in next year. So theoretically, you can sign Trayvon Diggs to an extension and then turn around and sign you a veteran kicker, because it did not cost a lot of money to sign a damn kicker. They do not make, even the great kickers do not make a lot of money. So the Dallas Cowboys have no excuse, because we have eyes. With our 2 eyes, we spy $20 million. Right? Count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Go all the way up to 20. We count $20 million with our eyes that the Dallas Cowboys have just sitting in the bank, collecting interest or whatever it does. So I don't want to hear about pie. I don't want to hear about we like our guys. You don't like your guys. You can't stand them folks. Talk about we like our guys. No, you don't. You don't. If that was the case, why you cut one of them? Hold on. Let me find my right one. There you go. If you like your guys, why you cut one of them? So shout out to Patrick No C Walker. Always a great follow on Twitter. Always plugged in. So he know what is going on. So you can fact check this, but the Dallas Cowboys have released former first round pick Dak McKinley, who we just re-signed, during free agency. He was a surprise signing, and he is also a surprise cut. I don't know what's going on. Say, Henny, I'm thinking about giving out a DraftKings pass to someone from home game if they already have a ticket. Hey, that's super dope, man. That's super dope. So, hey, if somebody else wins this ticket, you might, reach out to them. Matter of fact, whoever wins the ticket, the primary ticket this time around, you might want to reach out to them and see if they want one. Said Dwayne Brown said he about to put in for his Social Security. Man, that sounds wonderful. Actually, I got a ways to go before I can retire, man. But hey, that sounds wonderful. That sounds wonderful. So yeah, man. If that comes to fruition, man, I will publicly announce the winner, and y'all can get together and y'all can work that out. What's Dak extension? It saves a lot of money for the boards or something. Yes, Dak Prescott, and these are rough estimates using over the cap and also using some different sites. The Dallas Cowboys with a Dak Prescott extension can save anywhere between $26.2 million and $39, depending on how they structure the contract, the years, so on and so forth. So they can save a lot of money against the salary cap next year just by doing the smart thing. Just by doing the smart thing. And listen, you need your quarterback. This is not even up for debate. Like Dak Prescott, has to be a Dallas Cowboy for you to succeed. You don't have anybody on the roster right now to be your heir apparent. You probably won't be in position to draft a good enough quarterback to help you, get back to being competitive if you were to let him go. So yeah, like Dak Prescott holds, all the cards in his hand. Like he has all the cards. He can play whichever one he wants. When it comes to this contract talk, to this contract extension, they ain't got no other options. The Dallas Cowboys are trying to compete. Jerry Jones is too old to go through a rebuild. And right now, the quarterback that gives you the best odds of competing for a championship is Dak Prescott. So, you just got to dance with who brought you to the party, man. Let me see. Okay. But this is one thing. So, we did talk about him getting cut. But, and, this is from Michael Gelkin. This is the same thing. It's regarding Dak McKinley. But, Dak McKinley getting cut, it has way more, ramifications that we're thinking about. And not in like super bad things or anything like that. Just it did open up an extra roster spot. So right now, the Dallas Cowboys roster is at 88 players. They need 90 to go into training camp. They need 90, to go into preseason and do all the other things they want to do. So from what Michael Gelkin is reporting, they are exploring the market, including USFL talent and a potential kicker addition, right, to go ahead and fill the 90-man roster up, before they go, into preseason and they ramp up and all these other things. So the only bad thing about it is that it's behind the visitors bench. That's not an issue. Hypothetically, what would you want for Dak if we could trade him, HTM? I want exactly what they got for Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson having not played in 2 years, right? Deshaun Watson had not played in 2 years, and had pretty much the same numbers as Dak Prescott when he was playing. Ended up getting 3 first-round picks. I think Deshaun Watson got like 3 first-round picks, man. So if you want my top 10 quarterback, I want 3 first-round picks. I want 3. But man, they giving up first-round picks for offensive linemen. So like you definitely can get 2 or 3 first-round picks for a top 10 quarterback. And you still probably can get some more depth after that. You probably can get you like 2 or 3 first round picks. Probably get you a third and a fourth or something. But I need bang for my buck. I'm gonna trade away my future. But listen, you trade away a quarterback of Dak Prescott's caliber, 9 times out of 10, you are not competing, for a championship anytime soon. Right? Because the Texans had hope when they had Deshaun Watson. Right, they had hope of competing. He helped them get to he helped them get a couple plays away from a AFC Championship game. Right, he went out there and balled for them. Though they were competitive at least when he was there. Well, all that is gone. You know what I'm saying? Like hope and joy in Houston is gone, and it was gone for a long time. Yeah, Dak ain't getting traded regardless. You know what I mean? But he just asked a hypothetical question. Like, Dak got to stay here. But, if you were to trade Dak Prescott, you would need to get a king's ransom. Besides, Dak Prescott has a no trade clause that he can veto. He also has so much dead money you can't cut him. So, that's why I say that Dak Prescott holds all the cards. He said Texans trade. Yeah, man. Yeah, Deshaun is not. And listen, he ain't gonna see no Super Bowl in Cleveland. You got to think about the division that he plays in, because he gonna play against Joe Burrow twice a year. He gonna play against. You know what? I just thought about it, man. That division has gotten back good. You remember when that division was dope, when they had Andy Dalton there in his prime. Joe Flacco and the Ravens were competing for a Super Bowl. Big Ben and them were competing. The only team in that division that wasn't about nothing was the Browns. But now, that division is starting to shape back up again. So, I'm a fan of football. When the Dallas Cowboys are not on, I watch all teams. So, I'm definitely looking forward to watch that AFC North division play each other, because they're shaping up to be a good division again. Hey, Neil, the serial slapper that came through the door. He said, "What up, Henny? I slapped up 6 Eagles fans before stopping in, man. Man, you a cold dude. And listen, you slapped them so often, man. We just gonna start sending free bottles over to your house. I can't even give you a discount no more. You done broke your hand slapping so many Eagles fans. You just gotta get a couple free ones." Yes, I think Dak Prescott does want to re-sign with the Dallas Cowboys. His entire family right now is living in Dallas. He built an entire backyard here. He's invested. He's been here for 7 years, going on 8. Nobody wants to move when they ain't got to move. And he gets to stay with CD Lamb, who's an all-pro wide receiver. They brought in Brandon Cooks, who he'll have for at least the next 2 seasons. He finally gets a play caller and an offensive coach with a Super Bowl pedigree. Yeah, I think Dak Prescott definitely wants to stay as a Dallas Cowboy, and he got a defense. So Dak Prescott got a beautiful infrastructure here. Nah, yeah, he asked a hypothetical question. Yeah, he asked a hypothetical question of what I would want for Dak Prescott if we were to trade him, and I said pretty much 3 first-round picks. I want a king ransom, but we all know Dak ain't getting traded. We need Dak here. I am not trying to trade Dak Prescott, but I just had to answer my brother's question. Yeah, like nah, Dak ain't getting traded, but it was a hypothetical question, so I just had to answer it. But yeah, make no mistake about it. We ain't trading Dak. Man, Sugar Daddy One said he slapped so many Eagles fans he has calluses. Man, you ain't doing it like that, is you, my boy? So let's see. So moving along, man. But yeah, so the Dallas Cowboys have two available roster spots right now. We know for a fact they need a kicker. they've been looking high and low. They've been looking high and low for a kicker. You know, they talked about Robbie Gould. They talked about, you know, some of these other veteran kickers. They scouting USFL. They looking at free agents. They doing everything in their power to ensure that they can track down an adequate replacement in the kicking game. And, you know, I think I said this multiple times before. The Dallas Cowboys do not need an all-pro regular season kicker. We had that in Brett Maher, because Brett Maher should have been a Pro Bowl kicker last year. The Dallas Cowboys need a high-pressure, ice in his veins, step up and send a team home kicker, right? Step up and make the 55-yarder for the win kicker. You know, on the road. We need a kicker who's going to strive in pressure kicking situations. So, you know, that's what we need. I don't care about the regular season. We got hoodwinked into thinking that Brett Maher was going to be fine after what he did in the regular season. Give me somebody with a track record of showing up when it matters. Give me somebody with a track record of showing up when it matters. You know, and kicking is more mental than anything. Like, you could throw the stats out of the window when it comes to kickers. If they're on mentally, if they feel confident mentally, you know, they can make everything. You know, if they going through a stretch or through a funk, they lose confidence, they might not ever get it back. He said they need a kicker with their own personal sideline therapist. Man, listen, they need a kicker that thinks he should be a quarterback. I need a kicker that has irrational confidence in himself. I need a kicker that tries to lobby to get in on offense. I need a kicker, you know, I need a kicker, you know, that is irrationally confident in his ability to do anything. That's what kind of kicker I need. I need a kicker that go to therapy and try to ask the therapist questions. You know what I mean? That's the kind of kicker I need. So yeah, I need somebody like that ain't got no mind. No, for real though, because listen, it's all about confidence. And I'm glad you mentioned Dan Bailey, Night Owl, because look what happened to Dan Bailey after he lost his confidence. You know, saying he was the most accurate kicker in NFL history. You know, he went through a stretch of missing kicks, and he never really recovered from it. So I think when Trent Williams came over during warm-ups and got in Maher face, he never recovered. Man, Maher was tweaking before that. Matter of fact, that was, man, yeah. San Fran Gold sounds about right to me. Yeah, man. Like, give me Robbie Gould, man. I'll take Robbie Gould in a heartbeat. I don't care if his leg is becoming limited. I don't care. You know, if we gotta have all our kick if we have to have all our kick attempts come within 50 yards, I'm cool with that. We shouldn't be trying no low distance kicks, no way. We shouldn't be trying no long distance kicks to win the game, no way. So, you know, yeah, this is how I feel about that, man. Because what happened to the kicker we had last year? Brett Maher, if I'm not mistaken, is a Denver Bronco now. So Brett Maher, if I'm not mistaken, signed with the Denver Broncos. He still has a job. Not sure how, but he has a job. So, you know, I guess the special team coach over there thinks that he can fix Brett Maher. You know, he can help him update his resume and put that stuff behind him. So we'll see, though. You know, but yeah, I can't listen. The Dallas Cowboys did the right thing. They couldn't risk bringing Brett Maher back after what he did in the postseason. What about Zerline? I think Zerline signed with a team too. Let me pull Greg stuff up too. No, and listen, I think Greg would have. I think Greg was kicking hurt the year that he was here with us. Yeah, he kicks for the Jets now. So Greg Zuerlein actually kicks for the New York Jets at this point. So he's employed. Hey, shout out to Taiwan for the $10 super sticker. That got you another entry, to win the Dallas Cowboy ticket. So salute to you, my brother. Well, let me see. Taiwan, that puts you at 3. And see, I like doing them when I see them. That way I don't forget. I like to update things, keep everything copacetic. What Sugar Daddy want to say to make you laugh? Yeah, I listen. I take Zuerlein. No, for real talk. I would take Zuerlein. Yeah, he was great to the postseason. That's why I keep saying, like, I need somebody that has a good track record in the postseason. He said we were recycling old kickers with the yips. Nah, because if we get Robbie Gould, he ain't got the yips yet. He just old. What I mean? If we get Robbie Gould, he just old. He ain't got the yips yet. And then the boy that used to play for the Titans, he had got released and he's on the open market. Randy Bullock, I think. Yeah, I think Randy Bullock is a free agent. Matter of fact, let me take a look at Randy Bullock and see what his kicking percentage is like before I even mention his name. Postseason stats. Oh well, hey, we don't have much to go on for Randy Bullock, because Randy Bullock only had one field goal attempt in the postseason and one extra point. He made them both, so he has 100% percentage in the postseason. But he only kicked the ball. He only had one postseason kick and one postseason extra point. Shout out to Neil for the donation, man. They got you another entry, in here for the Dallas Cowboy raffle. So salute to you, my brother. So yeah, Denver get all our has-beens. Yeah, Neil. Hey, for anybody that didn't see it, we are monetized on the channel. Like Neil said, he saw that $sign. Yes, it's official. Like we're actually making money now in the liquor store. So God is good. We have to invest in the liquor store. We have to get you some premium, items to stock the shelf with. It was a long grind, but we here now. The store is finally profitable. So thank God for y'all, man. Like, hey, we doing big things. From 2023 and 2023 and on, man. We doing big things. So let's see. But yeah, man, like Randy Gregory, you talk about the has-beens that played for the Dallas Cowboys. They get all our old players, man. And the beautiful thing about it, they paid Randy Gregory all that money, and then Dorrance Armstrong was able to step in and outproduce him. He had DA had a better season than Randy Gregory ever had in terms of pass rushing. A lot of the stuff from Randy Gregory is upside. Like people talk about his upside and his being and athleticism. But that man did not, he did not really put up gaudy pass rushing numbers, due to his history of getting suspended. Due to him, being behind on his development because of that. So and I like Randy Gregory. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying anything bad about him as a person, but like you probably got a point. We kept Randy Gregory, we probably wouldn't end up with Michael Parsons. Well, I'm gonna say this, because Randy Gregory and Michael Parsons actually played together. So if Randy Gregory didn't keep getting suspended, we could say no Michael Parsons, because they just couldn't rely on him. So it's actually Randy Gregory not being able to play prolonged period of time because of his substance abuse issue in the eyes of the NFL. That Dallas Cowboys decided to solidify that defensive line with Michael Parsons. Man, a lot of Eagle tears, long nights of throwing back Cowboy readers and coffee. But we made it through, man. Hey, Q Ball, there's a possibility of Sam Williams being better than Randy Gregory. Because that man led the entire SEC in sacks. He led the entire SEC in sacks. And the SEC puts a ton of offensive linemen into the NFL every year. They put a ton of offensive linemen into the NFL every single year. So, man, I am grateful, to get Sam Williams. And we haven't even seen his full potential just yet. You know what I'm saying? He's only been in rotationally. Imagine when Sam Williams, improves as a run defender and he could be on the field more often. He could be on the field, run downs and pass rushing downs. And he ain't got to come off the field for anything except to, get some Gatorade. Hey, what's up with you, Jameson Taylor? Thank you for tapping in, man. Hey, I like what you did there with the wordplay, Sugar Daddy. He said he wasn't getting Parsons nothing but mile high. Yeah, man, indeed. So let's talk about this real quick. Hold on. Is this the right one? Nope, that's not it. We talked about that yesterday. Talked about that. So we had some glowing reviews from veteran defensive tackle Jonathan Hankins in regards to up-and-coming run stuffer Monty Smith, the Dallas Cowboys' first-round pick out of Michigan. Now, Hankins said he can barely contain himself when talking about Monty Smith. The Cowboys' D-line and defense as a whole and how nasty and scarier it all can get for opposing offenses in 2023. So let's talk about it. But we all know from reports they are working on a. Thank you, Dwayne Brown, for your support, man. I appreciate you for the donation, and that got you another entry, for the Dallas Cowboy tickets. So that puts you at 4, brother. That puts you at 4. So Dwayne Brown, you, Mickey, and VA Roster X all have the second best odds of winning the ticket. And then Neil, you got 7 entries. That gives you the best odds of winning the biggest prize, which is the ticket with the seat. So salute to y'all, man. I appreciate y'all support, man. Y'all really been rocking with your boy heavy, man. He said Sam Williams going to have a breakout year. At least I hope he should. Like theoretically, he'll get more opportunities to rush the passer. He's a second round pick, so that he is not going to end up in the doghouse. Like they really wanted him. He's been producing. They're saying that he looks better. He's primed to take a jump this year. And you got to also remember that the Marcus Lawrence, is a standout defensive end. He's one of the best run stopping defensive ends in the National Football League. But he does not have a lot of years left on his contract. So, I think Sam Williams is the guy they are grooming to eventually take over the Marcus Lawrence spot. I just think that they're trying to get him more in tune with the run support, run game, so he can be an every down defensive end edge player for them. But I think that he would be the heir apparent to the Marcus Lawrence right now, in the eyes of the coaching staff anyway. Watch those rushers benefit big time. Yeah. And, in regards to Monty Smith and Jonathan Hankins, right, they were talking about putting them together on the field. There were sets where they're both in at the same time. There's a lot of pressure, on opposing offenses in the middle. Because Monty Smith, even though he did not have gaudy sack numbers, anything like that, he did get pressure. He did penetrate. And he is a big body guy, who elevated his game to being one of the better run stoppers in the entire NCAA. We all know that Jonathan Hankins made the Dallas Cowboys almost an entire yard better when he was on the field. So, factoring all this in together, you got two superb run defenders playing side by side. Then you can really benefit from the speed that you have in the secondary from those from those big nickel guys, from those linebackers that you got that be flying around the field. So you really benefit, neutralizing teams' ability to effectively run up the middle on you. He said they will be together on goal line and red zone. I think there's sets where you can have them on there in your regular personnel packaging, because remember, a lot of times, regardless we're playing our base 4-3 or we're playing nickel, a lot of times we're still going to have 4 down linemen, right? We usually have 4 down linemen regardless if we're in our base package or one of our sub packaging groups. So you could theoretically, if Mazi Smith gives you anything as a pass rusher, you could play him at 3 tech while you play Jonathan Hankins at 1 tech, and they don't have to lead the field. Like, you can have them guys in first, second, and third down, to keep the defense honest. And then because they are big bodied and, they can, cause issues for the guard or the center to get to the second level, you can still lead them in there on those pass rushing on those pass rushing downs. Because Michael Parsons and these other guys coming screaming off the edge, they will give you enough pass rush where you don't have to really worry about getting any pressure from your defensive tackles. So I love it, man. Like I love that they, I love that Jonathan Hankins is a good veteran. He knows that Mazi Smith is the future. He's taking him under his wing. He's talking very highly of the young man, showing him how to be a vet. So kudos to him. Kudos to Jonathan Hankins of being a stand-up guy. But we know that some guys, they're threatened by the young bulls coming into the team. Some of these players are threatened, by losing their jobs. They don't really have job security, so they're scared of the next guy up. So I'm glad that that's the approach that Jonathan Hankins is taking. Patrice Langford already reached out. We've been in boxings. Okay, cool. Y'all boxing? I always be late in the chat box, so I'm not even gonna jump into y'all conversation. But yeah, so I do like that, and we all know that the Dallas Cowboys have struggled, mightily, when it comes to stopping the run. Last year, we were the 22nd overall ranked run defense in the national NFL. Oh, trying to get a hat. Okay. So yeah. So we know that they were a 22nd overall ranked run defense in the NFL last year. We know years prior they've been just the same bottom tier run stopping team. So I am glad the Dallas Cowboys took the time, took the effort, and actually invested real resources in trying to stop the run. That can make or break your season right there. They can make or break your season. Now, when you think about it on paper, you already were a top tier pass defense last year. Now, if you improve, as a run defense and teams can no longer run on you, and these pass rushers can just pin their ears back and get after the quarterback and cause havoc. And, Dan Quinn can get exotic with the pressure looks that you want to bring and the stunts and the formations. Man, like, listen, we have created a monster. Like, this might be a monster. This might be one of the best defenses, of the 2020s, man. This might be one of the best defenses of the 2020s. If everybody plays the way that we expect them to, yeah, they definitely can do that. They listen, red zone, short yardage, but I also think early downs too. And hell, even if they catch you, with them in on third down, I don't think it would be a problem either. No, I'm not against Zeke coming back. I think especially now, because listen, the veteran minimum for a player is like $1 million. I will give Ezekiel Elliott $1 million to come in and be my short yardage back, be my pass blocker, be a guy that can give me 12 red zone touchdowns, to be a professional, to be a leader in the locker room. Right. I would give Ezekiel Elliott $1 million, $2 million, whatever, to come in and fill that role, especially if I don't feel confident in the other running backs to do it. Right. So, because realistically, man, I don't think the Dallas Cowboys will get Dalvin Cook. I think Dalvin Cook wants some money. I don't think that Dallas Cowboys want to spend money. And I also think that, where there's smoke, there's fire. I really do think he'll end up in Miami. I do believe he'll end up in Miami, just based that he played college football there. He's from there, grew up there, in Florida. So, hey, see what Mike Fisher is reporting and come back. If it's clickbait, then just come and say that. But if he drops something real, if it's actually breaking news, then he come back and let the liquor store know. Because we're gonna stay drunk and intoxicated until you get back. Matter of fact, I'm gonna pull. No, I can't do that. I just thought about it. I can't double check. Am I worried about stopping the run on the Eagles? No. Because we always beat the Eagles. The Eagles don't ever play us good enough. They don't play their best games against the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys, have consistently beaten the Philadelphia Eagles when Dak Prescott is healthy. Right? Listen, they have not won a game in Dallas since 2017. They have not beaten Dak Prescott since 2019. So, I am not concerned about the Eagles. The Eagles are concerned about the Cowboys, but we're not concerned about the Eagles. Like we are the ones that beat the Eagles. We beat the Eagles. Like, we're not scared of the team we beat all the time. Can't be scared of a team that can't beat you. They make their living beating Ben DiNucci. They make they livings beating Cooper Rush. That's the type of things they do. Dak Prescott has beaten Jalen Hurts. Dak Prescott has beaten Gardner Minshew. Dak Prescott has beaten Carson Wentz. Like, every time they run a quarterback out there, we whoop them. Every time they run a quarterback out there, we whoop them. So, I ain't worried about none of that. I am more concerned about the Dallas Cowboys being in, contention for the first round bye. I'm more concerned with the Dallas Cowboys keeping, their foot on the NFC's neck. Because listen, last time I checked, Dak Prescott's like 27-7 against the NFC East. So, we are not scared of the Giants. We are not scared of the Eagles. We are not scared of the Condoms, Commanders, wherever they are right now. So, we're going to handle business like we always handle business. So, let's move on to some Q&A real quick. Yeah, we're going to bring some pressure. We always bring pressure. We put pressure on these teams to come out there and play their best games, man. We the Cowboys. Okay. So, really, I got one more slide. And then we'll move over to Q&A. Again, shout out to Patrick No C. He asked rookie cornerback Eric Scott, what's the single biggest thing he's already learned from Cowboys defensive coordinator Dan Quinn? This was his answer. BMF. Not Black Mafia Family. I'm going to let you fill the blanks in. Go look that up. How to become a BMF. If you know, you know. Dan Quinn, he said that Dan Quinn taught him how to be a bad mother. Shut your mouth. That's what that abbreviation stands for. A bad mother. Right? That is what he got out of Dan Quinn. And you got to think about it, man. That is the exact mindset of everybody on the defensive side of the ball. Everybody on the defensive side of the ball is rough, rugged. They're physical players. They play fast. They play with reckless abandon. They play very sound defense. And let's just keep it real. the last 2 seasons, we have put together one of the best defensive units in the National Football League. Like Dan Quinn has coordinated 2 like back-to-back seasons, some of the best defenses in the National Football League. In terms of turnover, in terms of pressures, in terms of points allowed, we've been topping all of that. The only kink in the armor was the run defense, and we all believe retaining Jonathan Hankins and drafting Monty Smith probably gonna fix that. So I am elated, by Dan Quinn being here, being able to pass down that mindset. So I'm good with that, man. But yeah, let's move on to Q&A, man, because I got about another 10 minutes, and then I have to get my life in order before my wife get home. So we got about another 10-15 minutes. We'll do Q&A, and then we'll have to leave out the liquor store, for a little while. But go ahead, put your questions in the chat box, and we're gonna rock out, man. That's why we need a constant rotation for the recklessness. Yeah, you need depth. You definitely need depth. I think that our guys are going to stay a little less banged up. Because we brought Monty Smith in, I don't think that these guards or these centers are going to be able to get to the second level. I don't think they'll be able to consistently run against us and punish our smaller backing core. So I feel like they'll actually stay a little bit healthier. It is the final show for the night. It just depends. If everything goes well, I might be able to come back on here later on tonight to show y'all some love. But we'll just have to see. I want to say no for right now, but we'll see. I'll probably give y'all an update and set a scheduled time, if I do decide to go back live again. But, I do have some short form content I'm going to drop. I'm going to drop. I dropped a video. If you've been on the page, go check out my video in regards to the Texas Coast offense and the principles. Go check out my video about Dalvin Cook versus Ezekiel Elliott. Go check out me and Landlord's show about the Texas Coast offense from earlier. So, we still got some good stuff out there. Said, Henny, how you feeling? I felt better, but, I feel better than I did. So, that's all that matters. I've been getting some rest, taking some fluids, medicating. So, I feel better. So, I probably will be making it back in to work Monday. So matter of fact, I know for a fact I'll be making it to work Monday. I got bills. I don't like using my sick time. So we're gonna be the number 1 defense in the league. Facts, I see it. Great show, Henny. Congratulations on your success. Hey, thank you, Joe. I appreciate you, man. Yeah, definitely been taking them electrolytes, man. Chris, I didn't see what you sent. Let me go through this real quick. Pull it back up and see what you said, because I just saw what you think. Oh, I want to bring Zeke back to play the role of the bus. Yeah, that's exactly what Bus did. The kind of things that we were talking about. Short yardage, goal line. You can still find value in a power back when you don't have one on your team. Like everybody talking about we don't need a power back until we need a power back. So, bring Zeke back. It ain't gonna cost you that much money. He'll probably lead your team in red zone touchdowns again. Let's deal with it. Just go ahead and get him. Hey, shout out Zion Wilson. We know a couple of things that he does not do. He does not play games. He does not play a lot of games in the NBA. And he does not pull out. So, hey, you already know what it is, man. It's your boy, Hennythemoor, reporting live from the liquor store. And I'm out, man. Thank y'all for the love and support. And I'll probably be back later on tonight, man. But I'm going to tap in with y'all. God bless.